Hi, welcome to Killzone. I'm Blind Sally.
Yep. And I'm 9 Gear Crow.
And we're going to play on normal. I have beaten the game on hard, I swear. I just, well, it's going to become apparent later on that some of these enemies are real bullet sponges, so to save ourselves a little bit of sanity, we're just going to play on normal.
Yep. And of course, Killzone's physics engine isn't really doing us any favors, especially when we get to the end of the game, so...
No.
Yeah, the less burden we put on ourselves, the better.
So to start off, here's our hero, Jan Templar. We are on a sort of... This is almost a sort of World War I-like trench that we're fighting right now. Templar will be our traditional action hero. You know, the gung-ho Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of hero who... Maybe more like a Bruce Willis, because he kind of gets beaten up throughout the game, but, you know, he keeps on going.
And who looks like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Like pre-drug-fueled insanity.
Private Sanchez here, remember his face. Minor character, he will appear later on. But here we go, the very opening, our World War I segment, is going to be a little bit of a training area.
And I apologize for any really obvious, like, shaky jump cuts. I'm just cutting out Blind Sally screwing around in the menu here, so...
I had to change the controls. The original controls aren't super fun. They were kind of awkward, so I changed them to play a little more like modern-day Call of Duty, Halo kind of shooters. So this is Killzone 1, the sort of re-upped edition. This is off the Killzone trilogy, so this one will actually play a bit smoother and run a bit faster than the original PS2 Killzone. So if you think it looks clunky and slow right now, then oh man, you should have been there for day one.
Yeah. I love, like, we just sort of missed it, but when you were changing and reloading ammo, Templar's got 2 full magazines duct taped together, and he just flips it upside down and puts the next one in.
One thing that Gorilla made a big...
like that
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I like that little functional detail about the ISA rifle. Like, see, there it is right there.
Yeah. Well, one thing Gorilla made a big well-to-do about when they were originally making Killzone was look at the amazing sound design, look at how detailed these guns are, look at these brilliant animation for reloading, and the reload animations are phenomenal for the time. A little bit lengthy and slow, but hey, Killzone, all the Killzone games have a very almost plodding, heavy, weighted feeling to them. And they did that before Gears of War sort of got around to it. They have that whole destroyed beauty thing going on for them, too.
Yeah, like, the one thing that you can say is this is not Halo.
No. Here's some survivors getting cover fire. And I want to point out, Crow, I think you have a little more experience with color theory than I do, but let's point out color theory right now. Notice that the Helgas have very clear, like orangish red kind of eyes. And you'll notice that the ISA already have, there's a lot of green on the uniforms, and orange and red sort of a fiery, hateful color, and the green's more of a light-giving color, right?
Yeah, and for the most part, the Helgas uniforms are all they're all gray, black, and with a little bit of red, all essentially colors of decay and death and degeneration, with a little bit of life splashed in there with the red, which is sort of essentially like it's a metaphor for Helgas society in, like, writ large. Like, it's all decay and death, but there's a little bit of life still throbbing away at the core, whereas ISA is all green and orange and brown, all very verdant life colors. Like, it's, definitely setting up, like, it's propping you visually, and there's a boot there for whatever reason.
Das Boot.
Yeah. Das Boot.
No, actually, it's the boat in German, but
No.
It's the boot in English. And just to get a little more subtexty, so yeah, I think color theory is really interesting, because technically, we're the good guys. technically. ISA, they're the good guys. The Helgast are the bad guys. They are... I mean, look at them. They're space Nazis, right? We're supposed to be the allies.
Yep.
But one of the things that Killzone does, and it's really subtexty about it, it's they start to get more apparent as the games go by, and I think Guerrilla realizes their audience isn't getting it. But so they get to be a little more obvious about it. But the ISA aren't exactly the good guys, and so even though they have these really, traditionally, life-giving colors, notice that the greens look kind of sickly, the oranges are really dulled, and the browns, frankly, aren't doing much for it either. So it's almost like these life-giving colors of the ISA are in decay as well. Whereas, I'm teabagging this guy.
Yeah, real freaking classy there.
Well, I wanted to demonstrate how awkward and uncomfortable the controls were. You notice how long it took to teabag.
Oh, sure.
Based on the awkward controls. And to show off weapons as well. Moving on from the state of decay from the ISA uniforms, because that'll come up more in the game. But moving on, you'll notice that Templar starts off with the ISA assault rifle, who's got a better... Each of the 4 characters in Killzone actually have different stats and play differently. There are slight differences, but Templar starts with an ISA assault rifle, and he aims better with it. He starts off with an ISA pistol. Pistols are useless in this game. And I just picked up a Helgast assault rifle. And I'll show off each one throughout the game. I think I show off the ISA assault rifle here a bit. You'll notice that it has a... Okay.
The guy's glitching right the hell out.
It begins. It's beginning.
Yeah.
The ISA assault rifle has
physics.
an underslung grenade launcher, which is a fantastic weapon. The grenades in this game have a clear sort of cooking indicator on them with the lights that pop up. The game is very slow and deliberate, so even pulling out the grenades and letting them cook is a slow, almost clunky...
Yeah, like each indicator is almost like a full second that has to tick by.
Yeah. And the physics engine for this game is kind of awkward too, so when you throw the grenades, they just kind of pop around and they don't really bounce.
Yeah, I think you blow yourself up with one a couple of times because you just don't throw it far enough, right?
Probably. You may have also noticed, if you're looking at the lower left-hand corner, that there is a health function. You do get health, you do get a health bar. Beneath that is a stamina bar for running. Your health does regenerate. It only regenerates a bit, though. I think it regenerates 6 ticks before stopping, and then you need to get an actual med kit. So I like the sort of soft health regen that they have here, where it's almost like you catch your breath, right? Like you get injured and you can stop, catch your breath. But if you've got too grievous of an injury, it's not gonna, fully heal back from that.
Ah, Captain Templar! You're still alive! This building leads to the city outskirts. You'll need to cross the industries to get to HQ.
I think this was the guy who was talking to us at the beginning. I don't know that that's Private Sanchez, but I think that's the bald guy who was talking to us at the beginning. And here, we're transferring from our World War I sort of, trench warfare, and we're going to be in a more urban setting, much like World War II.
Yeah, so we're going from the no man's land of World War I to essentially Stalingrad of World War II.
Yeah.
So
See you next video.
That'll be for the next video.